As Indiana's COVID cases, deaths, and positivity rates all climb, Governor Eric Holcomb is stressing the importance of discipline.
We caught up with the governor this afternoon to ask about the state's response to these surging numbers. WANE 15's Chris Darby continues our coverage. Chris?
Governor Eric Holcomb is pleading with Hoosiers tonight, saying it is up to us to turn the numbers around, to get back to flattening the curve as we've done in the past. We talked with the governor at Huntington University today for ribbon cutting. He says the state's approach to slowing the spread will continue to be the same as we've seen in past months, while a new county-by-county system of restrictions is now in effect starting yesterday. Holcomb adds, even if you don't think you're affected by the pandemic, to think about the rest of the community and the rest of the state in wearing a mask and distancing yourself from others.
This is like a war effort, and we have to view it and understand that the very few sacrifices that we're asking Hoosiers to make will be worth it. It won't just save lives, which is all important, but it will also allow us to keep our businesses open and to keep our schools open.
Holcomb did say today that state leaders have been meeting with leaders from hospitals across the state as recent as last week, adding that monitoring hospital staff is becoming more and more important as they become more and more threatened by the spread of the coronavirus. In Studio 15, Chris Darby, WANE 15 News.
Chris, thank you. When it comes to a breakdown of cases with state and local numbers, we have the latest.
Today, state health officials report 26 new COVID-19 deaths and more than 5,200 new cases. That puts Indiana's total above 256,000. State health officials say Indiana's hospitals were treating the largest number of COVID-19 patients since the state began releasing public reports on hospitalizations last spring. The state's positivity rate is just under 12%. In Allen County, there are 316 new cases of coronavirus, a positivity rate of 17%. Allen has a score of orange on that state dashboard, meaning no more than 50 people can gather together in a social setting. Positivity rates across Northeast Indiana very high. LaGrange County with the highest at 30%. They're in the red, which means no more than 25 people can gather. Whitley County is next with a positivity rate just under 19%. Followed by Allen, then Steuben, then Wells.
Later this week, East Allen County schools will go virtual for grades 7 through 12 due to a high number of COVID cases. Superintendent Marilyn Hissong sent a letter to parents. Starting this Wednesday, those grades will be taught virtually through Thanksgiving break. They plan to return them back to the classroom on Monday, November 30th. Elementary students will still continue to learn in person. They also announced that custodians will continue to deep clean and sanitize the buildings.
Today, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine signed an order to limit the number of people who can gather. He says despite the health order limiting gatherings to 10 people still being in effect, the virus has continued to spread. So the new restrictions for various social gatherings, no socializing or activities in open congregate areas, and no dancing. Guests must be seated at all times. Traditional wedding reception events like the first dance, the toast, the tossing the bouquet, cutting the cake, those are permitted. But if serving food and beverages, guests must be served at their seats. No self-serve buffets, no self-serve bar areas permitted. Masks must be worn at all times unless actively consuming food or beverages. No more than 10 people should be seated at a table, and those individuals must be from the same household. That order does not apply to religious observances.
We caught up with Governor DeWine in Fort Wayne today as he toured neighboring states. He is encouraging people that help is on the way and urges them to hunker down for the time being.
Getting more and more people vaccinated is how we get out of this. This is how we can get back to normal. But before we get enough people vaccinated, obviously it's going to be a few months, and we've got to hang in there. We've sort of been running this marathon. I know everybody's sick of the virus, sick of wearing masks and doing these things, but you know, we got a lot to live for, and we just all need to be careful.
Governor DeWine says President Trump told him the state would see vaccines starting next month. The Ohio Department of Health reports more than 7,200 new COVID cases today. That pushes the state past the 300,000 mark.